I'm back out here again. Golly, that's dirty. All right, now we're looking good. I'm out here again at the neighborhood pond, going solo. It's a nice morning. You know, sun's starting to come over the trees. It's real calm. I like to be out on the boat when it's calm because it makes it a little easier. Makes the wind's not pushing me around. You know, it's a little better that way. So the goal today is to catch a bass, and I mean that's my goal every time I come out here. I want to catch a bass, but it doesn't always work out that way, so I might not even make that a goal. I might just start with a fly. It's my don't get skunked fly, and it's kind of like a hopper, kind of a variation of a stealth bomber, I think is what they call it. And by they, I don't know who they are, but I'm gonna go on the boat. I'm gonna try to catch some fish, hopefully a bass, but we have some really nice bluegill in here, and I know they eat it. So that's the goal, catch a fish. If a bass eats it, it's a plus. If a bluegill eats it, then mission accomplished, right? I'm gonna head back to the house, grab the boat, and see if we can't catch a fish. All right, here's my shed. And there's the boat. Now I gotta walk that thing all the way across the street, no big deal. Got my anchor here. All right, got the anchor. All right, let's grab the boat. All right, well, this solo filming stuff's no joke. I mentioned earlier that the wind hadn't picked up yet, so I dropped some weight on the anchor, but you can see things are changing, but I'm gonna go give it a shot. We'll see. So I'm out here in the old it's a low and it's slow, but I'm gonna show you the fly that I was talking about. All right, so yeah, so I just tied this fly and we're gonna try this one first. I know we'll end up getting some bluegill with it, but here's a quick time lapse of me tying this fly. All right, so I don't know much, but I do know the fish like structure, and I feel like I'm spooking them. But there's some there's a down tree there, and there's usually fish hanging around there. So I'm gonna see what we can get. This is gonna be hard to film since my boat's turning. The one thing I like about this fly is that yes, it acts as a topwater, but it also, if you strip it, it kind of dives a little bit. There we go. There's one, and that's a bluegill. Not a bad fish. Such a pretty fish, man. Oh man, didn't get him out of the water. This guy's a pretty fish. Man, good looking gills. All right, so that worked. You know, they're here, they're usually at the spot, and I kind of know that, which helps. Always helps to be on familiar water, but all right, so no skunk. Got a couple fish in the boat. Let's move on. So this is spot number 2. Same thing, same fly. I think this is where the big gills hang out. But see, like right around this tree. I know they bed here when they're bedding, so, but I'm thinking that's over. I'm pretty sure it is. It's gonna be 90 today, so I think all spawning's over. But kind of this whole area right here is all good. You know, a lot of times I see big bass in here chasing gills around, so we'll see. say that a lot. I say we'll see. When you start filming and editing, you realize you say a lot of the same things over and over again, like all right, or let's see, or and but, and all those things. See, but golly, point proven there. Oh, there's actually bass back under there. We're gonna try this spot, see if we can get something. I'm kind of running out of battery here, and that's a shame because I haven't fished much. So what I'm going to do is just kind of, if I catch a fish, then I'll, you know, turn on the camera and show you. But for now, I'm going to have to take a break filming because this is a lot of long clips with no fish. All right, so there's one. You know, it always happens right after you turn the camera off. You get one. Pretty fish. Good size. Well, let it go. New spot. So what I'm gonna do, I just put my pack on and stuck my tripod in front of my pack, but I'm trying to stay in the shade for the sole purpose of the fact that it's going to be 90 degrees today. So I'm just kind of hitting these areas of, you know, sticks coming out of the water. I know there's a lot of brush under the water, so I'm hitting these areas where I know fish are going to hold just because of the structure. Oh, that was a bass, man. And he felt that because I felt him, so maybe there's more than one. All right, I apologize for the noise, but I just had one, and it was not like a big fish by any means, but it broke me off. That's why you should check your line, especially when a fish takes you into some sticks and stuff like that, some cover. Chances are it's going to be frayed a little bit. And I do use fluorocarbon. It's only 6 pound, but I just know that it's a little more abrasion resistant, so I'm really trying to, you know, to keep it subtle, even though when I cast I slam it down in the water. But trying a similar fly, just a little brighter, kind of a bigger body, makes a little more movement, and that sometimes will help with the bass. We'll see if I can get one. So this is actually spot number 4 or 5. So at the last spot I got hung up on a stick and had to go get it, and you know, you guys already know I'm a mediocre fisherman. There's no need for me to prove that. So you can try this spot. A few more docks. I just fished that dock. Had a couple hits, but I am using a bigger fly, so smaller gills have a hard time to get it. But I got a dock here, a little cut over here where that boat is, and sometimes there's bass in there. So I'm going to fish the bank. I'm going to start left and work my way to the right. I'm anchored, and we'll just fish this for a little bit. I got a fish under it right now. It's hit twice, so usually you don't have too many chances to come back and get it, but I did that time. That's a nice one. Yep. Steve and I didn't film too much on the GoPro, but you know, here I'm casting like 30 feet and it looks like I'm casting like 300 feet. So makes me look better. Okay, got one. I just must have found a few of them, a little smaller. This is a different kind. I mean, some are like really orange, some are more yellow on the belly. But I will say this, bluegills, not always a desired species, but they are stinking fun on a fly rod. All right, we're gonna try one more spot. See if I can't get the elusive bass today. All right, so I want to say this could be or should be my last fish. I still haven't caught a bass. That'll almost do it. Just a few more last casts. I missed a bunch. I'm gonna go back to this fly. Well, after many last casts, I got one more. No bass. I think I missed two, but you know, it was a good day. It's really nice, but the sun's starting to come up over the trees and it's getting a little warm, so I'm gonna call it. No bass today. Well, if you don't mind and you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and do so. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I know bluegill aren't the most desired species, but I tell you, if you're a fly fisherman and you've never caught a bluegill on the fly rod, you're missing out. It's a lot of fun. So, you know, we did it. We caught fish. We didn't get skunked, which is always good. So, look forward to seeing you in the next one.